winning last night against the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, Tyler McGill and having another really good start. I think he has a 2.5 ERA and 28 strikeouts in 24 innings. He's been a huge piece. I had a separate conversation with Speedy on the phone, and Speedy remembers who I compared him to, and he found it an interesting one. And that was a John Maine type of player, where John Maine would give you 5 or 6 solid innings, give up a run or two, get 3 or 4 strikeouts, but keep you in the game. But meanwhile, McGill's had 2 shutouts and 3 of his starts already, so maybe he's better than the comparison I gave him. And then the Mets made a trade yesterday to get another health. They got Rich Hill, a healthy body in here, a guy that has been pitching pretty well. You know, he's been pitching well this year. He's very good in the playoffs. Basically, what they'll do is, as they like to call him, you talk about the humidity arrow. They call him Big Dick Mountain, because Dick is short for Rich, and then Hill for the Mountain. Played for the Ducks. He played for a lot of teams, Dodgers, the
but
Rays.
He was here in Long Island.
That's a nice, where the Ducks play. He was there for a couple of years. And the reason why the Rays did it, seemingly, is because they got Nelson Cruz. So they're trying to save money, which is weird because they essentially just gave him away for
nothing.
A guy who's out for the year in Tommy Hunter, and a A-ball prospect from the Mets who's hitting 197. So this is a good get for the Mets, and the Mets are still going to get starting pitching at the deadline. And what this could do is this can move.
I don't think they're getting starting pitching at the deadline.
They absolutely will. Everybody has to. They're going to.
I don't.
They're definitely going to get another body in here, and they're going to move Hill to the bullpen.
Starting pitching? I don't think they're bringing another starting pitcher. I
do. Hill's definitely not the guy.
Do you think they're bringing in more pitching?
Yes, I do.
Relief pitching or starting pitching?
Both. I think they'll bring in both.
They need both.
I don't.
They need both.
I think they need the bullpen more, but I think they'll bring in both.
I do not believe.
I think they're going to bring in both. They're not going to get anybody big. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, if they get like a John Gray or a Tyler Anderson from the Pirates, they're not going to get anybody big. And then when you get guys back healthy like Carrasco and Syndergaard, what you could do is you can move Hill to the bullpen.
Syndergaard's not coming back. That's what I believe. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back this year. I think
and that's why you get more starting pitching.
I think he's going to sit out.
Why you get it.
His contract is up this offseason. He's going
to. I think if Syndergaard was smart, he would do what Stroman did and accept the qualifying offer and reset his market next year and pitch a full season.
There'll be teams lining up for him. I mean, he's a strong arm.
They said that about Stroman, too, and he accepted the offer.
Stroman's different. I mean, Syndergaard's a big, strong guy.
But he's also been injury-prone his whole career.
There are teams that have been going after him for the last couple. Padres, the Yankees, Philadelphia.
I mean, the only thing about Syndergaard that's scary is that he's so injury-prone. I think it would behoove him to really take this chance, especially with there possibly being a work stoppage next year, because MLB owners don't want to spend money. And you have all these injuries the last 3 or 4 years. I think it would be smart of him to just reset his market, have a good season, and bank on himself the following year. I think that would be the best decision for him. It's worked really well for Stroman. Stroman essentially had no market, and now he's going to have a big market next offseason because of the numbers that he has this year. So I think certain guys, need to take the opportunity. And he's still going to – it's like I think a $20 million plus qualifying offer he's going to get. So he's going to get a lot of money if he accepts the offer. And you're going to get 20 plus million. He hasn't been healthy in 4 years, Syndergaard. But the Mets are in a good spot right now. Listen, they're 4 games back up. Everybody was saying by the end of the week they'll be back down to second and third place, and they're back to 4 games again. So I think they're going to get a starting pitcher. I think they're going to get a bullpen. I don't think they're going to get anybody too big at this point. I know they really want Barrios, and they're willing to attach Donaldson to the trade. But the thing is, Donaldson's contract is not the best. I think.
Please stay away from Donaldson. I don't like.
You can say stay away from Donaldson, but he's having a nice year this year, Speedy.
No, I don't think he's worth that contract though. Plus, he's bad in the playoffs. I don't want him.
I'll worry about that when I get to the playoffs. That's as I take as a Met fan. Until then, I'm not there
yet. They're in the postseason. They're absolutely making the postseason. There's nobody going to argue that. The question is, are they good enough to win? And I still don't think they're a win-now team. That could be different. When you go into the playoffs, anything could happen.
The best teams never win, usually. Other than the Dodgers this past year.
Does anybody believe the Red Sox are going to win a World Series because of the way they're playing? Nobody thinks that. I mean, it's fantastic the way they're playing. I'm not going to take shots at the Red Sox.
Well, it's not fantastic for you as a Yankee fan.
No, listen, the Yankees are going to be over 500. And all the Yankee fans want to jump off a ledge because the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs.
They're not used to it. That's why.
It doesn't matter. Here's what I say to the Yankee fan. At the end of the season, Brian Cashman's going to have to make decisions. And he's going to have to make a lot of decisions. And he's got to decide where this team is and where this team's going to be in the future. And to me, The Yankees are 2-3 players away from being a really good team, okay? I mean, it's crazy to say that when you have Giancarlo, you have Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres, Garrett Cole on one team. But this team doesn't have the dynamic togetherness as we saw with the Yankee teams in the 90s, the late 90s, and the early 2000s. They don't have that. Maybe because it's a manager. Maybe it is. Maybe it's because this team is going a different route now, and they're trying to bring up their young players. And we might see Dominguez a lot sooner than we thought, especially the way that he's hitting right now in the minor leagues. People are comparing him to Vladimir Guerrero, his ability. And he very much could be that. And he's a switch hitter, which is crazy to say that. So he's a fantastic player. But I don't know what the Yankees are going to do this offseason. But I will tell you this, all you Yankee fans that want to get rid of Brian Cashman, and I think Aaron Boone still, even though Hal Steinbrenner came out and said, we're going to keep him. If Aaron Boone loses the majority of the second half games, he is not coming back. They're not going to bring him back. And I think Brian Cashman is going to do everything he can to save face because he doesn't want to look bad because he brought Aaron Boone in. So he's going to try to give Aaron Boone more and enough chances to succeed where it's going to shut up the Yankee fans. But all in all, we know where this team is. This team is not a playoff-bound team. Anybody that thinks it is blind. They're not. They're 4.5 games out of a wild card spot. They're not making the wild card. Not the way all these other teams are playing. Tampa, Oakland. You have all these different teams in each division that are playing just better than the Yankees. They're just a better team than the Yankees are. The Yankees are probably not making the playoffs, so it's not the end of the world for Yankee fans. It shouldn't be. Why? Because the Mets are making the playoffs and they're going to make a run? Who cares? The Yankees have won 27 World Series. They haven't won a World Series in 2009. They need to go another route. They need to figure out a different structure and a plan to move forward with this team. And if it is spending money in the offseason to bring in a Javier Baez or an Anthony Rizzo or both of those guys to put this team back on top, the Yankees will do it. They might not have the money that Cohen has. They might not have the money that some of these other teams have, but they have so much behind them because of the brand. And if the Yankees want to spend the money, they can outduel Cohen, even though Cohen has more money. Cohen is not going to spend a certain amount of money. The Yankees could do whatever the hell they want because their product is always going to sell. Cohen doesn't want to lose money. He wants to gain money. That's what you do as an owner. You want to gain money. The Yankees are going to gain money no matter what because they're the Yankees. So when you look at the offseason, the Yankees are going to have to figure out what they want to do and how they want to restructure this team and make this team a winning team again, a winning organization, a team that everybody's going to root for. And even the Yankee fans that are not even born Yankee fans, they became Yankee fans because of how good the Yankees have been, or haters, Yankee haters. So baseball is not good without the Yankees being the bad guy, okay? Everybody knows that the Yankees are the empire, the evil empire.
It's always interesting when they make the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. Like, everybody in the country roots against them. Mm-hmm. Out of all your rivalry teams, you don't hate any of them, but except for the Rangers. And for me, yes. I hate all my rivalry teams. I mean, all my rivalry teams don't care. The one I hate the most.
I don't hate the Rangers. I dislike the Ranger fans.
I dislike the Yankee fans. That's why I don't like the Yankees. To me, it's like a similar situation. Like, I always will root against the Yankees because of their fans. And when the Yankees start losing, even way back, like in 99, 2000, when the Yankees were killing it and they were in first place. And every Yankee fan was like, the Yankees are 20 games. Oh, we need to acquire Jason Giambi, though. Got to get him. We got to get every star player and put him at every position possible. And it's like, why? You guys are already really good. What do you need another player for?
Listen, and by the way, when the Yankees did that, they were never a good team. Go look at the Yankee rosters, all those years.
I mean, you remember those days,
Jason Giambi.
The Yankees were up by 20-plus games in first place in 2000 when they won the World Series. Oh, but we need to go get a Garrett Shepard or just – where are you going to play him? We'll figure it out when we get him. Let's just get him. It's like, I mean,
and that's starting to be the Mets. What the Met fans are saying. Let's get him. Let's get him. Let's get him.
Yeah,
let's get him. And now the Mets are turning into the Yankees, and the Yankees are turning into the Mets. The Yankees don't want to spend the money.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees. I don't know if the Yankees at the time. I don't know if Rich Hill would have been a guy the Yankees would have went after. No. I think Rich Hill was a creative move by Sandy. Tampa Bay just got Nelson Cruz, which, by the way, and you guys remember this, so we could go on the Sports Live match. I did say Nelson Cruz was going to go to Tampa. He was a perfect fit for them, and they did. They're getting Chris Archer back. That's why they got rid of Rich Hill, which is weird because Rich Hill has a 3.7 ERA in the AL East. That's really good. You know what I'm saying? For a guy that's 41 years old, he brings playoff experience, will pitch well in the bullpen.
Lefty.
He's a lefty bump to Speedy, Big Dick Mountain. Come on now.
Oh,